That's fucking awesome.
That was very good, yes.
Good evening, this is the 665. My name is Keith. Hello. His name is Richard. Say hello, Richard.
Hiya, everyone.
His name is Mark. Say hello, Mark.
Hello, everybody.
That's good. That sounds good. You both seem up for it. That's good. Right then, lads, as we start off, as we normally do, this being the second show, officially the first show, I'd like to ask you what you've been up to. Mark, what have you been up to?
To be honest, I'm all Mandela'd out. I've been listening to Misery all night, as in the Ashes cricket, and then more Misery with African people singing outside Mandela's house. So it's just been a complete Mandela marathon for me.
The Mandela marathon.
16 hours.
Nice. And Richard, what have you been up to this week?
I've been trying to evade capture.
Okay. Would you like to go further and tell us exactly how you've been trying to evade capture and from whom?
Well, I can't really say much on there, to be honest with you, because, you know, tempura.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically that's why I can't say anything.
Oh bloody hell! That sounds really difficult. That does. I haven't been up to much. I went to Tesco to buy a Christmas jumper and couldn't find one.
You know what the fault there was, Keith?
What's that, mate?
You didn't use the requisite technology.
Talking of which, that brings us very smoothly onto today's theme. Technology. But before we go into that, we have to do the news.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, I don't suppose anyone's been watching the news recently, seen anything that's happened? I believe you alleviated ever so slightly on it, Mark.
Well, yeah, it's funny you should say that, Keith, because I've pretty much spent the last hours in a news bubble, watching everything to do with the death of man. And
that's about it, really. Yeah. So you know what?
The death of Mandela, and listening more about the death of Mandela, and I mean, the only thing I can. The only thing I've got to offer really on the news story today.
It'd be good if you had some sort of story that was personally requisite that had something to do with Nelson Mandela.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Keith. It's funny you should say that. Yeah. Yeah, as you two know, but other people might not be aware, my brother lives over in South Africa. He manages a casino in South Africa, which is sort of like the sister casino of Sun City. Sun City, as in Artists Against Apartheid. I'm not going to play Sun City. Deeply unethical place, as it was in the past. But then Mandela came along and cast his magic dust over the place, and it became okay to mention Sun City again. Anyway, my brother... the place he works was organising some big African National Congress ANC party meeting, and the president, Nelson Mandela, was coming along and asked the manager, my brother.
I think we've lost.
So he had to go and do the meet and greet with Nelson Mandela. So, hello?
Yeah, I got you.
Keith,
yeah.
Keith, you know, when it comes to the punchline, do we laugh pretending that we've heard all of it? Or do we tell him the truth?
Unless it as long as it doesn't end with like, and there was a riot and they set fire to the place, I think it'd be alright, actually. Carry on, Mark.
Did you lose me?
I've got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what did you lose? Where did you hear up to?
Your brother.
If I knew that, we wouldn't have lost it.
Your brother, the manager, had to meet the president, not the other way around, which would be brilliant. But carry on.
Yeah, okay. So Nelson Mandela considered it amongst his finest achievements to have met my brother, who's from Hull, and therefore very cultural. So my brother went to meet him. So they got in the lift at the hotel where my brother works, so that he could show him to his suite. The hotel lift wasn't working properly. They got in there. It had been checked the day before. They go up a floor, stops. My brother's in a lift with Nelson Mandela. Okay, possibly the most famous man on the planet at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the lift starts again, goes back down again, starts again, goes back down again, and to break the silence, my brother says to him. So, my brother's panicking, obviously, he's got the president of the country in the lift with him. my brother says, "So, Mr. President, did you have a good journey today?" And Nelson Mandela says to him, "Well, Paul, I think it's probably a lot better than the journey you're having at the moment." Okay. The lift carries on. It gets working again. It goes up to the floor. My brother takes him out onto the suite that he's in. He walks into the suite, and Nelson Mandela says, "Paul, will you just come over here for a moment?" So my brother goes over. This is Nelson Mandela, yeah. Nelson Mandela, yeah. Goes over there, sits down opposite him. Nelson Mandela says, "Will you, Paul, tell me about yourself?" So he says, "Well, okay, yeah." He says, I can tell you English. What do you think of our country?" He said, "I love it here. You know, it's a beautiful country." And they sit and talk for 5 minutes, and my brother's met a lot of people from around the world, and he sort of came over as a very human, very charismatic, lovely person. So at the end of this little meeting, this little chat, Mandela stands up and he gives my brother a big hug. And do you know what?
Yeah.
Nicked his fucking wallet. Took my brother's fucking wallet, yeah. So it just shows you, mate. Yeah, you can put them in prison for 27 years. These people, these terrorists, put them in prison for 27 years. All the learning there, mate, is different skills. Pickpocketing. He went in as a terrorist, yeah. He's come out as a pickpocket.
He's not even.
Yeah. He's downgraded in effect.
Oh yeah, he's technically getting better at that point. Yeah.
Unbelievable, amazing.
It just goes to show you never can tell, can you? You never can tell.
Well, he seems such a nice guy, doesn't he? Like an avuncular type of chap, and had his wallet.
I coined the line today at work that we've lost the closest thing in this world to a superhero we're ever going to get. Yeah,
I've been listening to the TV today. The guy's some kind of uber charismatic, really nice, really genuine, really humble kind of guy. And it's tragic, really, isn't it?
No, it
saved his country and stole a war.
From Hull. He stole a wallet from Hull. He probably knew it was from Hull and was like, I have to be more cultured. So he took it, and now he is more cultured.
I'll be honest with you. The theme this evening is technology.
Yeah.
Did I not mention the device that he used to take the wallet from his back pocket?
Ah, Mandela. Go on, Rich.
Well, I was just going to say, I just want to say at this point, there's little or no research done by me.
Yeah.
So what I might do is just chip in with things that I've come about of my person. No. And the most notable one that I've come across on my phone is unusual number of Arctic snowy owls seen in the US. So this was only today.
Oh, okay. Breaking news.
Snow white owls with luminous yellow eyes are thrilling birdwatchers as the magnificent birds set up winter residence in the old good US of A as far south as possible of their normal Arctic range.
Well,
it says more stuff on here, but I'm bored already.
I think these people talking about Mandela need to take a step back for a minute and actually look at what's really happening, because that is some fantastic news right there.
Maybe the two events are connected.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even going to postulate how, but
actually, I can link it for you.
Go.
I can link it for you because the owls live in the Arctic, but when their population spikes or lemmings are scarce, young ones fly south.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that the fictional video of lemmings committing suicide and the death of Mandela is linked, but it's the best I've got.
I'm sure there's a few people working as we speak on a conspiracy theory linking the two things together.
I'd imagine so, because some people just don't realise that people happen to die, do they?
Especially when they're 95 years old. Tragic as it may be.
He had a good innings, you've got to say that. Definitely had a good innings. There is another news story I want to talk about. Nigella Lawson.
The technology of Nigella Lawson.
That woman needs no technology. Oh, my lord.
Cocaine manufacturer.
She's actually stood up and says she is a non-habitual user of cocaine and marijuana.
Every day.
What's the fucking point? But my point is, The fact is, there is someone out there who was married to Nigella Lawson, you know, all married, yeah, loving her, making all the food, and now no longer wants to be married to her. What is she doing behind closed doors? I just can't see it myself.
I'm trying to think now, actually.
I love her.
The thing with the whole story is, if you believe anything that Charles Saatchi ever says, you're a fucking idiot. Because Charles Saatchi was the man who sold Mrs. Thatcher and masterminded her different election campaigns, wasn't he?
There's a link. Yeah, I mean, he's a prick. He's obviously a prick. Why would you grab Nigella Lawson round the throat? Unless it was in the throngs of passion.
Oh, God, I would, because she's just fucking so annoying, isn't she?
Oh, you just don't like her because you're fucking northern. You can't stand...
Yeah, she's far too middle class, and her father was Nigel Lawson, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Who was in Thatcher's cabinet. Therefore, she deserves all she gets.
Yeah, but...
I know it's a bit harsh.
It's a little bit, I've got to be honest, but she's beautiful, and she cooks... And she's beautiful and stuff.
She uses suggestive words to describe her cooking.
Like Jizzamunga. I love that. We're just going to Jizzamunga over the ice.
Yeah, she needs to stop that. She's making it too obvious now. Making it too... Right then. Technology. Lads, that's what we came here to talk about. And, that's what
are you lost in a Velcro factory?
I am actually. This is how fucking good technology is. Can't get my fucking mic working. That's how.
Oh, the irony! Technology.
Exactly
After the success of the pilot, the technology episode, we're stunted by technology.
I'm a little disappointed with it myself. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you, but everything seems to be going fine at the moment. So I'll continue. My problem with technology is the Facebook era. Social networking, if you will. I have a big problem with Facebook, and I'm part of it. And as both of you know, I don't own a mobile phone.
Yeah.
First of all, what do you think about that, Richard? What do you think about the fact I don't own a mobile phone? When I first told you that, what was your first thought?
When I first thought, I just thought to myself, you just don't want your wife to be able to collar you whenever you want. And then thinking about it, I thought, as an iconoclast, you probably have shunned it just because you don't want to, I don't know, get with the times. I've seen your clothing, so maybe you're stuck in the past, Keith. That's what I'm thinking.
It's a bit harsh about me. I can't think I dress quite well.
You do dress quite well. It was below the belt.
It was a little bit. And Mark, what did you think when I told you I don't own a mobile phone? Did you think that was weird?
Oh yeah, definitely. Very weird, especially for somebody who's quite up on technology and is quite into his computers.
Well,
and
evidently
gaming,
not
etc.
with the quality of this fucking podcast today, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, but it was very weird, and I still do, Keith. In fact, I haven't mentioned it to you before, but I think it's damn weird.
You don't much care for it.
Mark and I have plotted about the contemptibility of it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no contemptibility. There's nothing strange about it. It brings me on to the Facebook point. The reason why I don't like it is the fact that I can now log onto a website and see what my friends are doing and where they are, and I don't care. I just don't care. I could not give a fuck if you are eating at the Miller and Carter, or you've been to, and as I'm sure you've seen in your Facebook status updates, the German Market, the place to be in Birmingham at the moment.
That's it. You got to go to the German Market.
It's just.
Would you care if I was there?
At the German Market?
Yeah.
No.
How needy was that, Keith?
How about if I was wearing a Nazi uniform at the German Market?
Then yes, I would.
Would you like that then?
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. Fuck me, I wouldn't like it. Jesus Christ, no. But I'd
Keith, you don't know how close to the truth that is.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm just about to get my coat on. You know, my long grey overcoat.
No, it's not my problem with the German Market per se. It's the way that Facebook.
Is it the whole German nation?
It's all of Germany. No, it's the way that Facebook makes... No, it doesn't make people. It's people that make the situation. But it's the way that it makes people think their lives are a little bit more interesting than they actually are. That's my problem with it. It's people that take the time out of their day to tell me what they're doing, and that's just fucking ridiculous. I don't care. I genuinely don't care. There's never anything good.
As we all know, people. I know it's cool to call it an avatar, isn't it? But an alter ego, your alter ego, even purported in adverts now, they say your alter ego is always better than your reality. But in reality, of course, you're going to do that, aren't you? You're not going to turn yourself into a slob. But what I've decided to do for the last couple of weeks, in preparation for the technology episode,
yes,
what I've decided to do, as a single man, I've decided to test out these dating websites. So we could tap in. Now, initially, I thought I'd go at it gung-ho, straight down the line. And what I've done is I've suddenly... I don't know if this is just me and it was always going to happen, but I've gone off on a tangent.
Yeah, it was just you. I can tell you right now before you even started, it was just you. But go on.
So what I've decided to do is when I've messaged women, I've decided to send messages for my own amusement. So what I would say is there's a lot of these women on here. Now, if I'm just going on one now, I'm not going to name which one it is, but...
Go on, name her. Name her.
Date.com, right? So you go on and you'll see a tagline and it'll go, I am a princess. And you just think...
Are they really princesses?
You've put me off already.
Okay.
So there's that. So let's have a look at some of the messages. So there was a lady called Sexy Sam. Now, the description I'm going to give you isn't a description in itself, but the word should convey a redolent image in your head. So this woman is 46 from Dudley. She's looking for a nice man, and the descriptive term I'd use for her by looking at her pictures is troglodyte. So even things that live underneath bridges trying to eat goats have access to the internet now, as proof here. So I have no interest in her, and I've had a few of these women send these pot shots at me, and I've chose to ignore it. Unfortunately, she messaged me on a moment of whimsy.
Oh, God.
So she messaged me at 7:15 on the 1st of December with, "Hey there," and I thought, I'm not being enticed underneath the bridge, but I decided to reply, "Hello, you." So then she replied back, "How are you?" I said, "I'm great. How are you?" She goes, "Straight in for the kill, I might add here. I'm fine, thanks. You live alone?"
Oh, my God.
Hello.
Wow. No beating
Okay.
around the bush.
Yeah. Obviously, it's cold. She's got no central heating underneath the bridge. So I said, "I do. Do you?" And she goes, "I do. What would you like to know about me?" Now, this really posed a real problem for me because I didn't even want to have known that it existed at this point, but I'd got further into the rabbit hole. So, Keith.
Yeah.
When I said, "I live alone, do you?" and she goes, "I do. What would you like to know about me?" I'll give you 3 guesses on what you think I replied I wanted to know about her.
You either said something about the bridge, saying that she was a troll.
No.
You either said, what team do you support? Or
I didn't. No.
you said, are you into falconry?
You are pretty close.
Oh.
So what I'll do, Keith, if you can reenact the last line, so you say to me, "I do. What would you like to know about me?"
Okay. I do. What would you like to know about me?
Who's your favourite 3-day eventing champion? I've not had a reply off that one.
What?
No, I've not had a reply off that one. I've had another... I messaged a teacher and I scared her off by accusing her of, because she's a teacher, all she'll ever do is be obsessed with biscuits.
Yeah, that you can't do that. You can't do that, mate. They're not obsessed with biscuits.
No, and there was another girl, and apparently that fizzled out because I accused her of being I don't know how I got to it, but I accused her of being a West Coast gangbanger.
No, that's more understandable. I can see where you're coming from there. You don't want to, sort of meet up on a dating website before you know it. Your blood, she's Crips. All kinds of fucking gang wars start that way, mate. I tell you, you did well there on that last one.
Yeah, but you get the idea. But really, going back on point is really. It used to be a bit of a stigma going on these. It seems to be more and more acceptable as people's lives are busier and haven't got time to go out. But are we losing something here? Losing the art of getting out and mingling and meeting people? Really, what you're doing here is you're reading a menu and checking the spec sheet before you go out. Now, to me, I'm not very comfortable with it, to be honest with you.
You see,
yeah, go ahead, Mark.
What would you have said if she'd have said Nick Skelton was her favourite day event?
You know what? Can you imagine if she had replied to that? I'd have probably been on a date tonight.
You'd probably be married by now, mate. That's fucking. Yeah. She comes back with that one. Fair play.
And she'd have been wearing jodhpurs.
Yeah, and she'd be wearing jodhpurs. Yeah.
Do you know what? Any woman who feels the need to call herself Sexy Sam probably isn't that sexy.
That's a good point as well. Yeah.
I've got actual picture evidence to back that up.
Oh God, I know. You'll have to send it me, and I'll actually put it on the. No, I won't. Yeah, I will. I probably will. But you're right, Rich. It's about the dehumanisation, if that's correct, of certain things, and I think Facebook adds to that. Like I've got someone on my Facebook list here now who says thanks Asda, and it's a get free £500 Asda voucher now. And I mean, what's that about? What kind of?
I fell for that one.
and underneath it, yet another man whom I know would never share any comments in public looks pretty bad in Hull? ? Just for the point, Hull was fucking underwater, by the way. At this point, looks pretty bad.
No, it was before the flooding. It's just a general statement. It looks pretty bad in Hull.
It does, yeah. It does look pretty bad in Hull.
It really does.
Just normally. I'm trying to go through my Facebook to see stupid fucking things, but unfortunately one of them is this James Hetfield soundboard. Give me fuel! So I can't really moan too much about that. That's pretty cool, actually. I do like that. That's made the show tonight.
Have you heard what Google are up to?
What are they up to this time, those evil megalomaniac bastards?
Oh, have you seen what they're up to, those Google types?
The bastards.
They've filed a patent for a robot that writes your Facebook posts, emails and tweets for you.
What the
So that this robot will sit and, well, it won't sit, it's not an actual robot, it's not like Metal Mickey, I don't think. But it's something like an app or something which will learn the way that you respond and the kind of things that you like and will respond in kind to your friends' posts.
My God. I'm not saying that I can tell the future or anything, but obviously the dehumanisation is coming to a point now, isn't it? That's just ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous.
It was in the Daily Mail yesterday about it. And apparently... anyway, go on, carry on. It's just the most depressing fucking thing ever.
There's only one redeemable feature about it. When you have old people like your mum... Because obviously I'm in my 30s now. When my mum was in her 60s and 70s, she's au fait with Facebook. It just means that you don't get the recrimination of forgetting a birthday.
That's a good point. Yeah, that is probably one of the best things that Facebook has brought us.
Liking things that people say on the site. Sorry, go on.
No, it's a good point. I genuinely now look for people. Like, I know that it's someone's birthday due to Facebook. That is one thing that they really have done.
But don't you ask yourself? Don't you say to yourself, if I don't know that it's somebody's birthday, why do I give a fuck if it's their birthday?
Because outlandish friends that you can't be bothered to remember. This isn't one of my friends who put this up. This is a friend of a friend. But when Paul Walker died last week?
Yeah.
This is the God's honest truth. I haven't got proof, but she put up R.I.P. Paul Walker. Can't believe he's gone. He was well fit.
Obviously, if he'd have been ugly, He didn't deserve to live.
Fuck, I wonder what she's written about Nelson. I'm fucking looking for that. That's what I'm waiting for. R.I.P. Nelson Mandela changed the world, but could have looked a bit better. Got to be honest here, could have looked a bit better.
Oh, he looks all right for his age. Talking about Fast and the Furious.
Oh,
I was in the queue for Matalan because I had to go and change some pants the other day
as
because
you do.
I bought the wrong size.
Every time.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah.
But I was standing there, and you have the little concession things for you to just grab and buy. And there was, I don't know if you've been in Matalan, but it's one of those places where they shouldn't be selling DVDs, but they do on the cheap. And the reason they do is because how they get them, I don't know, but they're all shit.
Yeah.
So I've looked and I go, oh look, there's a Fast and Furious box set, 1 to 6. And I thought to myself, what self-respecting person who likes the franchise would buy Fast and the Furious 6 box set, knowing full well that there's a Fast and the Furious 7 coming out? Because you know that you've bought that and that's going to sit on your shelf, and then you're going to have like the number 7 one next to it looking like a run to the litter. It's like the Bond box set. You know that Bond will never end, but some prick will buy the box set. And then you've got to put all the other ones on the end because you're not going to buy a new full box set. It's not like a part exchange, is it? So you're going to have all the concurrent DVDs on the end, like a shit appendage. It's like having a saloon car, realising you need an estate, so you painfully mould a rear section on with plasticine of Tom Hiddleston's, and Tom Hiddleston's faces. Whoever Tom Hiddleston is, you've had to get in just because Huddleston and Hiddleston was only doing 2/3 of the estate room you needed. So,
he's the little known actor who can't make a film until he gets his hair cut.
yeah.
I get what you're saying with that box set thing. Funny story, I nearly bought all the James Bond films the other day.
And what stopped you, Keith?
That thought exactly. The fact that I would have to buy the next James Bond film, and thus
maybe they're just edging the bets that number 7 is going to be a piece of shit like the previous 6.
Fast and the Furious. I'm not a big
but
fan.
I got the Rocky box set, and it's got the last Rocky on.
Balboa.
You've got to have it, haven't you? You know what I mean? If you're going to buy the box set, you've got to have all of them just so it's a collection. So even if you think it's shit, you've got to wait till the 7th one's out.
Yes, that is often a rule to live my life by, and for our listeners to live their life by. Don't go out there and buy a box set ever, because they might release another film. Unless it's Lord of the Rings, then again, I suppose you got the Hobbit, ain't you? Well, that's fucked that up, really. That really has fucked that up for you. But
then you'll buy the Hobbit and they'll do the Silmarillion.
Well, you see what they did with Star Wars, the fuckers. This is just Lucas fucking style now, but not too long back he released the original theatrical cut DVDs. So, not happy enough with the normal version, special edition, director's cut. He released the original fucking real version. Why? I mean, I bought all 3, obviously. I'm not an idiot, but...
It's almost like it's just the cash cow, isn't it? And there's no artistic merit.
Well, THX1138 stood for Money for Old Rope. It was a fora. He said, you see this police state that they're running from? That's basically what I'm going to try and create. Because all you lot are idiots. That's exactly what he thought. Because, you're right. Oh, I've done this one. But I've done it with... it's the Instagram edition, and I've done it all with a bit of a hue.
A fucking filter. That brings us on to our next fucking topic, or my next topic, and this really fucks me off. These Instagram pictures. I'm aware of what Instagram is. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's an app where you take a picture, and then it uploads that picture to your app, very much in a timeline, kind of real-time sort of Facebook way, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so why the fuck is every bird I've seen on it the whitest bird in the world? What's with the flash, the filter? Why is every person taking a selfie, which is now a word in the Oxford Dictionary, by the way?
Yeah, it's the word of the year, apparently, isn't it? It's the... word which is one of the words which has been chosen to be added into the Oxford English Dictionary, but it has been voted the most important word of the year. What the hell does that say about us as a
What kind of
civilization?
fucking world do we live in? Mark, have you ever taken a selfie with your trousers on?
With my trousers on?
Yeah.
With my trousers on or off?
On. Have you ever taken one with them on? Because off, I
No,
can
not
understand. I can understand if you've taken your trousers off because you want to take a sexual image. That's fine. A selfie, a picture of you at the German market dressed up as Adolf with your little quiff and your moustache and your SS gear on. Ain't no one want to see that.
No one wants to see that.
No.
I haven't. I've let Richard Smith take a picture of me whilst I've been slightly tipsy posing.
You had no choice, Mark, and you'll do it again.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Probably will.
Tomorrow night, for the listeners, is the workplace in which we all work. It's our works do. And we are going to talk about that, actually, gents. We're going to talk about that. 'Cause that's going to be good fun, isn't it, Richie? You looking forward to that, Rich? You can have a good time with the works do.
I've got a bit of anticipation, but it's never as good as you think it's going to be. So it'll probably be terrible.
Much like Fast and the Furious 7.
Yeah, basically.
Mark, I bet you can't wait.
Yeah, I am quite looking forward to it, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
What?
Mark, are you feeling alright? I've never heard you say anything positive in my life.
Ever about anything. Ever.
What
Literally.
did you ask me? Am I looking forward to Mandela's funeral?
Yeah, he's going to get his wallet back.
See what you did there. Shit, I promised myself I wouldn't say that. Yeah, we got a Christmas do, which is obviously going to be full of laughs. But yeah, the Instagram thing, I don't really get that. It's take a picture, put a hue on it, and maybe you won't look as bad as you should be. And I'm sure on your dating websites, Richard, they're your dating websites now, there's a lot of Instagram-style pictures with lots of filter put on it. Have you not met any girls from there you might meet for a, note strings attached?
Physically met any girls?
Yeah,
No.
Bit of sex. That's what they're doing, it.
Well, you'd hope so. But that
See, when they call themselves sexy and they're obviously lying, what you need to look for is somebody who calls themselves truthful.
My mate.
What I've started to do is just send the message, any sex? Question mark. And then, but a lot of them have been going, I am a girl, so that I think they got sex and gender mixed up. I thought I meant gender. So, no, nothing as yet. I'm saving myself for the one.
The one.
Richard Smith, now that you've mentioned this internet dating malarkey, are you not going to mention the first picture you showed me?
Oh, of Georgia B.
Oh,
oh yes.
So the first one I ever get, I was like, oh, this will be intriguing. Let's have a look. And Georgia B, that's a girl's name.
Yeah.
So have a look. Huh? And if you can imagine, if John McEnroe had decided to go on the same diet that Robert De Niro did to do the latter part of Raging Bull, and he put on a red dress, so he's sort of like some sort of fat old boxing has-been champion dressed as Mrs. Brown / the Special K woman. You can imagine that. Well, that was the woman. Yeah, and she thought, I don't know if she thought that I like men or that, I'd get there and I'd still be none the wiser on date night. Yeah, I don't know. Where are we going? We're going wrestling. Yeah.
She looked like Ian Jury.
Oh,
she looked like Ian Jury.
Oh, God.
Ian Jury not even trying to look like him. It was just unbelievable. It's possibly the funniest thing I've ever seen, which is obviously a visual gag, but forgive me.
Yeah. If you can imagine Jabba the Hutt dressed as Bob Dylan.
That's a beautiful thought, Annie. That's a beautiful thought. Weird you should mention that, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, because obviously other people... There are some people that try and listen to this. One of my friends works as... I don't know how you describe it. He rates and verifies pictures for a swinging website.
Wow.
So you can kind of imagine some of the stuff that he's seen. Like,
this is one of your friends.
Like my mother.
like you, Richard. Like you. That brings us on to this. Now, his job is to basically sift through all the images and see if there's anything like bad in there that can't go on the site or whatnot. And Jesus, some of the things are deplorable to say the least. But one piece of advice I will give you, Richard, is you need to be careful because a lot of the profiles are fake.
No.
Yeah, I know. It's the world we live in. I'm sorry, but yeah, a lot of them are Nigerian men trying to take your money. Not just Nigerian men.
I did have a woman the other day. I've blocked her actually, but I did have quite a funny conversation with her because her name was Kirsty, and she went hello, and I went hi, and it looked like a stock image, but I said hello anyway, and it said she was 3,500 miles away. So she sent one back saying, I've just finished work, I'm tired of you, and I said, well, looking by the fact that I put a filter of 30-mile radius, you're about 3,500 miles a bit further out. I'm guessing a server from the US. A message came through on Clockwork. Every time I put a message in, came through a same period of time, almost like it was automated. And funnily enough, didn't
sort of respond.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
So she went, I'm really tired, but I'm really horny. Do you want to get up to anything? And I said, well, if you've got time, you've just turned round and now you're 4,500 miles away from me, so I don't know if you'll have enough time to do anything. And then she said, I'm going to squirt. and then I said, I'm not interested. Then it said, I'm coming right now. Do you want to webcam me? So I replied with
yes.
Don't worry, it's not like you interrupted me with my fucking matchstick Taj Mahal like that. Say, I'm trying to concentrate here on my Taj Mahal, and you've ruined it. And then I blocked her.
Oh, you.
Say her, him.
That's it. Thing. Good job, mate. Good job with that. And that's the problem with technology, isn't it? It's supposedly to make our lives easier, but one of the downfalls of it, it's a way for criminals to get the job done, if you will, in a cyber-style way.
Oh, shit. I mean, before I blocked her, I did give her the sort code and account number.
You're not a madman,
Was she from Nigeria?
Yeah.
It now sounds like we've got a problem with people from Nigeria, so I'm going to have to just pull that
I didn't
back.
realise I'd ordered something from Lagos for £9,000.
That happens.
Do you know what? We were previously massive in Lagos.
Yeah, we were, until this. Fucking hell. This guy who keeps, one of the fans keeps messaging me, I keep giving him the bank details, and he's loving it. He just can't wait till the second show, really can't.
The thing with technology is that we were promised that it was going to be brilliant. I was definitely promised by Miriam Stoppard that I would be on a fucking hoverboard by now.
Oh,
definitely.
God.
You forget Miriam Stoppard. She's pseudonyming as Georgia B.
No, Georgia B's actually me.
Right now, I've been seen coming by Miriam Stoppard. But yeah, it's just... Okay, so technology. So, in theory, it all sounds brilliant. So, in theory, and we will be able to connect with people on the other side of the world. But we've seen tonight, even here, tonight, we can't even connect with people 20 miles, 15 miles down the road because technology is flawed. It's pathetic. This never happened in Star Trek.
Make it so, Mark.
It never. Beam me up. Oh, I'm sorry, you've gone offline. I've lost you. Just give me 5 minutes. Oh, watch the monster. Tell it to wait. It never happened. It's pathetic. Technology, it's slightly crap.
But look at mobile phones.
It's hugely disappointing. And the internet. I mean, the greatest technological advancement of my lifetime has been the internet.
Yes.
But what's it done? All it's done is allow idiots to be able to post stupid fucking things and spend time saying what they're doing and what they're eating for lunch on Facebook. It's ridiculous.
I agree.
Just say it.
No,
Just say it.
I agree, 100%. 100%. I think that's... With every little bit that technology has given us, in regards to business especially.
The problem is we allow idiots to also share the technology, and most people are idiots. Not that I'm trying to set up some kind of elitist society or anything. But
Where we shun,
But you will. Oh, you will obey.
where we shun media, and we
there should be some kind of IQ test before you're allowed to log onto the internet and search for conspiracy theories or fluffy cute cat. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that is the problem. As I said, with every advantage that we gain from technology, and I look at the business world and the fiscal world and how much money it's gained. Yes, we are in the middle of what was possibly a double-dip recession, maybe due to that culture that we've bred. There appears to be the other side of it, and it is that it's the fucking idiots given the ability to use the internet, and it's just for absolute fucking nonsense. I mean, Twitter is the...
What I would do to interject then is,
Go.
on the contrary, I
Yes.
think technology is probably the best thing ever.
Wow.
Anything ever that is invented, that is an advancement or an improvement. What you've both highlighted there is not that technology is an issue. It's that people are shit.
Yeah, I mean, just to give an
Exactly,
example, July 8th, 2012, Mark Derbyshire just put on Facebook, Scottish twat. Didn't alleviate, just Scottish twat. Just,
I think it was related to Andy Murray. I think he'd been beaten. And I think if you look at my previous posts, I've been saying, is Andy Murray right and proper to be considered British? And then he lost the game, so I said Scottish twat.
You did, actually. That was a nice setup. You did. That was really good.
Serves me correctly.
Who would have thought Murdoch's papers turn out to be dodgy? You're just a fucking... You got your finger on the pulse here of technology, mate. This is fantastic.
That's fucking satire right there.
It's just beautiful, mate. It's beautiful. Yes, but...
So in short, technology is an amazing thing, and everything that we have is down to technology. But I'm afraid it's also shared by us with fucking idiots who ruin it.
It's a good point.
And spoil it for us.
It's a damn good
So
point.
basically, what you're saying is technology is excellent unless
It's the people.
the only way technology is good in the eyes of a misanthrope is that it's kept for yourself. So basically, you're like the real equivalent of a Bond villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
You're
Yeah,
a
I'll go
Bond
with that.
villain, aren't you?
Yeah.
You've got the Nazi background. You don't like Scots.
You hate Scots. Fucking
You
Scottish
think,
Scots.
you think that world leaders are thieves?
That Blofeld, he hated the Scottish.
He did. He was a definite hater of the Scottish. Yeah, technology's good, but there are problems, and there are technical problems that Mark alleviated to. The problem that we have here, and the over-promising of technology, because we sell technology. Even Skype at the moment that we're using for free, you can also pay to use it. And they have to kind of say you're going to be able to do this and that, and it never works. Which you know, is, I suppose it's our fault in a way as well, because we look up at this kind of thing, we think it's going to be brilliant, we think it's going to be the next big thing, like, you know, I don't know, the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4, which is, I moved it onto games, has come out not too long back, and there's fuck all to play on the damn things, and there's the Xbox One's hard drive, disk drive doesn't work on most of the consoles. So, it's a constant thing. Big business sees money and decides to put into technology. Technology isn't done right because big business cuts corners, and we end up with these kind of problems.
Okay.
Which is a damn shame.
Quick fire question
Go.
for both of you. What's your favourite technology?
The Betamax.
Okay. What? Use Mark. Quick
It was by far the superior system.
And yet failed.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. My, you know what? I'm going to go a little bit crazy. I'm going to say my favourite part of technology is probably video game consoles, home video game consoles. The ability to take an arcade machine and put it in the living room. I think that's pretty cool.
Okay. What about you, Mark?
Yeah. My answer would be the internet.
Very good.
The ability to have all of human learning and understanding at your fingertips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
And,
That's
yeah,
I like
it's
that
used by
'cause
kids to look for
it's a-
pictures of cats and dogs.
Yeah, I was going to say it's still a reasoned and adult choice. So fair play to you.
Yeah, Isn't it weird now how, what Google has allowed us to do? And I was talking to a mate last night on the phone. I don't know what the hell he was talking about, some game or something. He went, "Oh, let me just Google it," and it's at your fingertips, having that knowledge.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I don't know about you two, but I can remember a time before the internet and the time when you'd be having an argument about something. No, I was born with the internet. No, I was born with the internet in my eyeball. No, but a time before the internet where you'd be having a discussion about something and you'd need to no, this is definitely the point. This is the point, and you'd need to find the fact out, and you just couldn't do so. You just wouldn't. You wouldn't be able to find out. You wouldn't be able to have facts at your fingertips, as you say.
It does,
which is now there. But the real dreadful shame is that it's just wasted because people will just look for fucking idiotic things. People don't explore it to its full use, do they? And I'm the same, probably.
We are recording a podcast that's going to go up on the internet and be watched by all of 15 people, so yeah, I happen to agree 100% with that. It's a double-edged sword, mate, double-edged sword. Guys...
I've got two answers for the technology one.
Please, go.
My first main one is cars. I love cars, that's great.
Yeah.
They go fast and you can race them. And if I was like Will Smith in I Am Legend, I'd just be driving cars all day like a madman. Secondly, even better than that is the technology. You've got your MIT, you've got your Google, but none of them are as inventive as the people who work at JML.
He's got a point. He's got a fucking point.
And if you can't afford to go to the cinema, all you have to do is go down an aisle in Asda, and they have a little presentation video.
Oh,
and
man.
Have you noticed that every single presentation video on JML or on the infomercials in the evening are brilliant, and then you actually buy it, or you know someone who's bought it, and it's always, without fail, shit.
Yes, it is shit. Even though it uses steam to clean, that still gets me, that does.
You know what your problem is there?
Yeah.
You know what your problem is there?
Go
You've
on.
actually bought something from JML. That's the fucking problem there, isn't it?
What?
JML is just it's a modern day Ronco.
It's a fucking joke. What was that, Richard? Have I seen
Have you
what?
seen the paint pads? It's basically instead of a brush or a roller, it's a bit of sponge. Like when you're in primary school, well, they've marketed that as an actual DIY tool.
Fucking
And you go,
genius.
oh, this is great, and then you have streaks.
So the best thing to come out of technology, according to you, is JML.
JML,
Yeah. Okay. I can dig that. JML, they're a big company.
All cars.
All cars. Mainly JML though. JML to
JML's
clean your
awful.
car. I mean, look at the stuff they bought.
How about the printing press?
Yeah, I suppose.
Well, I don't see. Well, it's had no cultural significance, though, has it?
No, that's true. Not like JML.
No, that's
You're right,
that's
right.
significance. That is, and don't be talking culture to a man from Hull, Richard. He knows more than we will ever want to know about
Well, he
culture.
will do in 3 years' time.
Oh.
I know nothing at the moment, but I'm looking forward to learning.
Gentlemen, we are going to do a sort of wrap up now to the end of the show. And much like the start of the show, see what I did? Where I asked you what you've been up to. Guess what I'm going to ask you now?
What? Where are we going?
Where are we going? Where are we going? That's like Keith's last thought of the day. Richard, what are you going to be up to in the next coming days?
Well, in the next coming days, I'm obviously going to be going to that party as aforementioned,
Uh-huh.
and then I've got another week at work,
No,
and then I'm off.
Hey.
So what I would say is, because of my poor showing this time round,
Yeah.
if we have a theme, because I have some time off, I'll be able to probably put some input in on the next one.
Okay, but don't go too much into that because I'm going to come to that in a minute. Mark, what are you up to in the next couple of days, apart from wearing a flary shirt and some fucking seriously nice shoes?
Winkle pickers.
Hey, don't just call them winkle pickers, Richard Smith. They're far more than winkle pickers. These are fucking serious shoes. You don't, you wait till you see them tomorrow night.
Cockle washers. What shit name have we got to give the winkle picker now? You snob.
The Nickelbackers.
Oh God! So you're gonna have Chad Croucher's face or whatever his fucking name is, crying about how he used to drink booze. Oh, I'd love to stab him in the face. You know what?
You can only wear them with Levi's.
I've I've just so happened, I don't know why, this is a man living alone. I'm sitting in my front room. I've just happened across a mini screwdriver, flathead.
Oh, beautiful.
One of the little ones with the twisty ends so that you can twist the end and then move the body for very minute detail.
Was it from a Christmas cracker?
And I've brandished it like I'm Sharon Stone at the end of Basic Instinct.
Oh,
and
dear.
I'd love to be having sex on top of Chad Crowder right now. And when he least expects it, "Are you coming, Chad?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah." And I just bang in the eye.
You get to that length rather than just run up and stab him.
No, I wouldn't. And I'll tell you why. Because he's an artist. And, you know, whatever artist, music, art, whatever, you kill him. That's it.
Oh,
you
they
never
go
hear the
big.
end of it.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm not doing it.
You're just going to mortally wound his eye. Good
Yeah.
man. Good man. He's
his
a bit
larynx.
of a cock. He's a
I
bit
just
of a
did a larynx.
Which brings me on to the next point that I thought we could do in the wrap-up, gents, which is what would you like the theme to be about next week, as we've so eloquently stayed on topic this week? Or I say next week, next show, should we say. What would you like the theme to be? What, anything in particular, Richard?
At the moment, no.
Okay.
Because, as you probably well know, one, I'll disregard it and I'll talk about what I want anyway. And that
yep.
leads into the fact that, apart from Spacker Dave, I don't really care what we talk about. So I'll just make up whatever anyway. I'll segue it.
Very
anyway,
good.
So
Very good.
I know I've admitted that on an actual show. I do apologise for that. But for those of you who do listen and think that I talk shit and I'm shit at it, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good description. And Mark, do you have any idea on what you would like us to maybe talk about next week?
I think I'd quite like to talk about the glory of Christmas. Christmas.
Should we do a Christmas special?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
I think we should do a Christmas special. Would you-
Okay, yeah.
Let's
I'm up for that.
We're going to do a Christmas special next time, and we'll talk about all things Christmas.
I mean, it's close to my heart, so it's either that or serial killers, or dogs that look like serial killers.
It's going to be Christmas. It's going to be Christmas.
What about Christmas serial killing dogs? Do they exist?
Yeah, I know, but there's only a couple of them.
Yeah, it's a bit niche. It is a bit niche.
There's Lassie, isn't there, after that awful incident with the cracker.
The
And
lassie.
the young kid.
What about philanthropic Easter owls? Because I know about 6 of them.
No, again, it's. I think maybe if we just do a Christmas special and then we bring forth the Christmas serial killer dogs and the misanthropic whatever the fuck owls you were talking
Why
about.
is it always going to be Christmas? I'm an atheist.
It's only once a year.
Hanukkah. I want to do Hanukkah.
I don't know anything. I do know. Well, I don't know a great deal. Should we do a Hanukkah special then?
When's Hanukkah?
I don't
Is
know.
that Christmas?
It's around now, isn't it? Don't you have like 28 candles in a parabola on your front window?
I think it's 7, but yeah, that's pretty close.
It's a menorah, isn't it?
Oh, it's a
It's the name
manure.
of a new Vauxhall. As far as I can tell.
Sounds a bit Zionist to me.
Zionist. Yeah, we can't do Hanukkah with him. No, that's not going to work. I'm not doing Hanukkah with you. The fucking
yeah.
Tottenham fans fucking crying and shit. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Go on.
I was just going to say, I've realised that because I don't water any of my plants, I've left them all to last this far. They're all dying. I think we should talk about Christmas and how Christmassy we're being, because my house is probably not going to be decorated.
It's just going to be dark and barren, isn't it? Oh, no. Should we go around and decorate your house for your rich when you're out?
What? 2 fully grown men coming around to decorate my house? God, you're making me sound like a recovering alcoholic. Fuck you.
Let's do it. Let's do it in that case. Mate, I've got a cracked bauble you can have.
Thanks.
I've got a bit of ripped up tinsel.
You only want to come round and help me because you know I'm getting a 72 barrel of joy pouring.
Fuck yes.
No, it's not that. Oh, it's not.
Don't
that.
lie.
Mate, I've got a picture of Father Christmas drawn by an autistic 4-year-old child that the dog sicked up.
Can I have that if it's going? I'll have that if it's going.
If anyone's free tomorrow morning, I'm going to go and put alarm clocks around all the bear enclosures in as many zoos as I can get round in a day, just to kill them all.
Kill them all.
Because they'll just go back to sleep.
No, they won't. They'll die.
And Lily Allen will still have it. They'll
Fucking.
just nod off again. They'll just put their head down on a pillow. snow again. Enjoy the present. Enjoy Christmas.
Yeah, makes sense.
In the dead zone when Christopher Walken he wants to kill Martin Sheen, and Herbert Lom says to him, he says, if you could go back in time, and you could, got the chance to kill Hitler, wouldn't you do it? Well, you'd have thought
fucking morons.
If Lily Allen was half the woman she purports to be, she should have said, "I will sacrifice myself so that Nelson Mandela can have an extra day alive."
Fucking hell.
Yeah, but it's just a thing.
She is so selfish. Actually, I'm going to use social media and I'm going to tell her in 139 characters and a full stop how selfish she is.
Please don't mention Nelson Mandela when you do that, mate, because it's not going to go down well.
No, or hashtag the Nelson Mandela.
Of course, you're not insane.
I want Nelson Mandela to be more alive than you.
To be more alive. I like that. Yeah. Right, it's time to wrap it up. Richard, say goodbye.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. And Mark, say goodbye.
Yeah, bye.
Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, Mark.
The full sentence came through. Well done. For everyone out there that doesn't know, Mark lives somewhere where there's no access to anything.
Anything, anywhere.
Apart from 6 toes and web feet.
Right, we'll be back next time. It'll be a Christmas special.
You know that soundboard, Keith?
Yeah, Rich, that soundboard. Really good, wasn't it? Don't you
Yeah,
think so,
pretty
Mark?
nice. Where'd you get that from?
It's
Yeah, it was. Mate, what kind of person? What's the name of the person who designed that? That's just unbelievable.
gentleman by the names of JamesLecker.com, JamesLecker.com. He's a web application developer currently living in Las Vegas, Nevada, the US of A. I will send him a copy of this recording and thank him very much. Thank him very much, Mark.
No, did you have to pay for it?
No, I didn't have to fucking pay for it. That's why we're thanking him. Stop being a dick.
I was going to say, because if he did it, he'd only spend his ill-gotten gains on gambling. If he
Oh,
was in that last
you just thank him. Say thank you, James. Come on, he'll love you.
James Lecker, I thank you on behalf of me and Keith.
Yes.
And begrudgingly Mark, the twat.
Yeah, the twat.
For your help. That is a class soundboard.
Brilliant. Thank you very much,
More of
James.
it.
Yes.